I want my hour back. That is what I'm thinking. I want my hour back. I now declare it arbitrarily 9 o'clock in the morning. Or let's just say 9:15-ish in the morning. That's what I say. That's what I say. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for dropping by. I had this thing this morning that I thought, maybe Windbound might be nice. But then I thought also, well, Far is also very nice. So I can't really decide. I'm thinking, let's just stay with Far because I'm thinking the graphics are all there and the title says Far. So, I'm too lazy to change it. Let's just go with Far, I'm thinking. And it is indeed coffee time, yes. Which is why, once the clock ran out, I realized I wasn't actually in the right position to press the titles button. So wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you. Let's see what happens in Far. I've received a newsletter from Daz this morning. Actually, maybe we'll just have a quick look at that because it's very nice. It looked extremely nice at that product that was on offer. Not so much the product. I mean, the product also looked very nice, but the promos really spoke to me. I thought that is just so cool. Let's see. I think it's on the front page here. This Mina Sweet Chaos bundle. Where's the product? This one here. By Musso and Linde. I always like it when I see promos that are a little bit different, and this product I found, that's just very cool. So all the promo images are just a little different, and I thought, very nicely done. I gotta say, very nicely done. I looked at them and I thought, hey, that's just wonderful. If you haven't looked at them, just look through the promos. I find it very inspiring source of how did they do it. So this here was obviously the same scene, just with a different camera angle. The wall here removed, which also accounts for a little bit more light that comes in. Bit of depth of field. I really like that. Really like that. But just so much variety. And I thought, what especially spoke to me here is the hair. Also, this is just a very nice idea to have a wood shader on the figure instead of a clay shader to show off an outfit. I just think that these things are very. It's just very nice. And then those types of promo renders, I really appreciate them because there's just something different about them. So yeah, I don't know who made them. I would imagine between Linde and Musso, they would have made them. Maybe external artists made them. I just thought, that's just very nice. I can just look through them and think, hey, that's awesome. Right, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, soft lighting. This here I thought a tiny bit grainy, so either somebody didn't like the denoiser or hasn't rendered the image quite long enough, or ran out of patience, or both. So yeah, this looks the same kind of handwriting. But also a little bit of grain isn't actually that big a problem. If it's like that small grain, it's something where I'm thinking, well, that makes the picture kind of come alive. This also nicely to show up makeup options with a few expressions while you're here. That's cute. I think it's nicely done. Nicely done. There's so much variety and a lot of promo renders in there. That is also cool. Yeah, so a little bit something different. I thought, I wanted to share that with you just in case you haven't looked at it yet. Lots of promos as well. Really makes you want to try out the character and play with it. A different texture set here. Lots of variety. And we're not even done yet. It's crazy, isn't it? It's just for one product. This is it. That's the last one. Oh, interesting. Volumetrics to blur background. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. I wonder what else we can do with volumetrics. I'm really glad that we have that now. There's something else to play around with. Something else caught my eye. That's on the Steam store. That's something that is currently on sale, I believe, over on GOG. That is called Tavern Master. And I thought that's an interesting little... It's not so much a survival game, but it's a building, crafting, pub management game that is set in medieval times. So it's a little bit like the other game that we tried out once that had the pixel style. That was called something within Innkeepers. What's it? Forgotten. And this might also be interesting. Bad review on this is it's extremely short and it's extremely limiting. So what we see now is essentially what we get. The tavern can be made a little bit larger, and then it's just all about managing the patrons, I guess, and building a kitchen, hiring chefs and all that. So in that respect, a little bit like Gas Station Simulator, but apparently not much substance to the game. But only $15, so, interesting title. I thought, might be something I'll put on my wish list for at some point. Tavern Master. It's not an early access game for a change. That's something that I highly appreciate these days. That sometimes I like playing games that are not an early access title. It's the games where people have thought, you know what, we're actually done building this, more or less. Right, yeah, I thought so too. I thought it looked cool. I'm glad you like it. Let's see what's happening in Far. Let's see if we can figure out that devastating puzzle that kept us yesterday. All our friends in Europe are still in bed. They think I'm on in an hour. That's kind of how I feel. But I think after a cup of coffee, so the world's just going to look so much nicer. I'm sure. Also, if I refer to Rosie's gym as Matthew, that's because that's his name. And we have a meeting tomorrow, Matthew. I remember that. And we're sticking to summertime, I suppose. We are, right? I'm thinking. I think we're sticking to summertime. Whatever the clock reads, that's what we're sticking to. So yes, Rosie's gym is Matthew. Right, okay. So maybe they think I'm not on today. Possible. So we came to this point here yesterday. I remember there was something that we needed to figure out. I forgot what it was. Oh yes, that! I remember that. There's a small chance that I could just go over the walk up. That might not work. I do remember we go and dive down deep here. And there was some kind of lever. I think it hasn't quite saved that. This is not actually how this game works. In case you're familiar with Limbo and Inside, they have the same mechanic here. If you go to load, you get this screen. So it kind of auto-saves at particular points. And then you can just go step back. So I think that's a Unity framework that you can just employ as a developer. And they've used it here. So there's no real save mechanic that you can arbitrarily save a game. I think this thing here, let's go hoist it up. Let's go bring it up and see what happens. There's probably some trash in there that we need, or that we could make use of. Oh, do we need to open that up first here? Yes, we do. Here it is. Hiya! Excellent. This is actually part of the favorite part of my week, to just play video games and share them with people. I like that. It's really nice. That is up, isn't it? Yeah, that's up. Especially things that I'm playing for the first time. Sometimes there's just hilarious moments that are just good to share. Hey, there we go. Anything inside? Oh, it's empty. No, it's not empty. It's got one little dip top inside. Okay, fine. Not bad. Better than nothing. Maybe that can go... maybe that can go here. No, don't take that outside. Just put it here. There. Sometimes this mechanic of climbing stairs and jumping above holes, it's a little clunky. And that was it on the bottom of the ocean floor, was it? Just double checking here. You never know. Don't know if we're going to get a trash sucking up machine as an upgrade at one point, which would be nice. That was very helpful in the previous game. We just never ran out of energy at one point. The Dragonate! No, you didn't actually. What a shame. It is. You did not scare me. Nate, how's it going? How are you coping with the time change? How's Roberta coping with the time change, Brian? Because for animals, they're just confused by these things. Like food an hour earlier, an hour later. So I remember yesterday, we went down here, but I couldn't quite work out what to do next. I went into here and there was really nothing super exciting in here. There's that little ladder up there that I'm intending to climb at one point. It might be something we can climb if we bring our boat closer to it. That's possible. And then just jump out either on the front or at the top. Ah, trash. Let's pick that up. And there was some kind of crane story involved. I remember that. I'm gonna go bring this trash back to our ship and put the ship closer just to see if we can reach that that ladder there before we go back up to the crane. Thank you both for your help on the DAS event yesterday. I really appreciate that. Anyone who was there, thank you so much for dropping by. And a special thanks to Nate and Brian for helping with moderation duties. And Julia, of course. I don't know if Julia's watching. Julia's probably busy with core things right now. Righty, I'm thinking, let's go and put... Is there anything in here now? Let's drive a little closer. Oh, dang, I nearly forgot the sail. Ah, I didn't want to do that. It's come down, dude. Down, I say. Okay, we can leave it up. That's neat. How do I put the mast down, though? Because there will be the point at which do I not need to just put it down? How do I do that? Last time I just pressed the button. This way I take the sail, but I don't really want to do that. I just want to take the mast down. There we go. Finally! Good stuff. So that's part of the solution then, I suppose, that we can just go and reach this ladder from here. That is nice. Roberta was scared. That is funny. Does this look a little bit like Russian propaganda from the 60s here? Those types of posters. It's a little bit what that looks like, isn't it? It's like all hail the something from the water. Ah, right. Lever. Oh, yes, that. Okay, so did we do this yesterday then? I recall being in this tower here yesterday. But I also recall us not being able to do anything with it. So maybe with the boat close to that first ladder there, maybe we're going to be able to do something. Oops. Oh, she's drowning her sorrows in cat food. That is very cool. One of Julia's friends has, they have a dog, and the dog has food outside in a bowl, but sometimes a little hedgehog comes and eats it. That is very funny. That's very cute. Hedgehog's thinking, that bowl is just too big for me, man. And the dog's just standing there thinking, that is my food. Very funny. So this here, I remember yesterday we had some kind of a clamp. This is something like a, oh, there we go. Is that the clamp? It might be the clamp. What do we do with that? I have a feeling that probably needs to be, that needs to probably come down here. Oh, I see. That can do that. Good stuff. Now that can come down. It has a pulley thing and it also has a button. I think that's gonna be useful in some respect. Yoshi! The Yoshi is here! How are you doing this fine morning? Or afternoon, or evening rather? I don't know, are you back? You're back from the East Coast, from the West Coast, right? You're no longer on the West Coast. We can put this down, indeed. To do what, though? That is not something we have figured out yesterday. Where is it? Yesterday it was kind of on top of here somewhere. This morning it's gone. Here it is. Going down. This is it? Since when? Wasn't that a little... It can't be. Wasn't that just a bracket a minute ago? I'm so confused. Yeah, I could have sworn it was just a bracket a minute ago. No, I'm gonna go back up there. I'm confused here. Yesterday I could have sworn this thing was a bracket kind of on the ocean floor and I didn't know what to do with it. It can't be all that far over here, can it now? Probably not. Ah! You're back in Virginia. Alrighty, okay. Migraines are not good. Migraines are really, or migraines, whichever way you want to pronounce it, not good at all. Not good at all. Do you have any medication against it, or do you have any... what do you do against them to overcome them? Those are really terrible. I remember my first migraine I had back in Germany many years ago. I haven't had them for a very long time. But I remember colleagues describing this phenomenon to me, and I thought, well, a headache, I mean, how bad can it be? I've had headaches before, until I then had one of those migraines, and I could barely exist. It was like so terrible. I tried to find a pharmacy that was open. At that time it was kind of after 6 p.m. in the evening, and then at that point pharmacies in Germany are usually closed. So I see if we can do anything with this. Like hoist it up, see what that does. Ah, that does that. I getcha. Sweet. That puzzle has been solved. Are you qualified for that? No, probably not. Yeah, so I remember it just creeping up on me, and I just couldn't believe the amount of agony that caused. So it just went away after 2 or 3 hours by itself. I have no idea what brought it on. Probably malnutrition at that point. I was in my kind of early 20s, I suppose. Dark room, yes. Sometimes breathe carefully in a paper bag, waiting for my doctor to prescribe medical cannabis. Yes, that'll probably help, yes. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it's going to go away. I hope watching this is going to help. That would be good. Watch Jay as a migraine cure. So we probably need a bit of steam power here. And also, we probably need to go and dive a little. Like so. without destroying any more of the sail. Also, don't dive too deep. It's a constant pulling and pushing levers thing here. I like this aspect of the game, that there's a little bit of a puzzle involved. That you gotta keep the burner going. You gotta make sure there's enough stuff in the burner. You gotta keep the height going. There's just so much you need to do. Surprisingly, I like it. And while that's happening, we can go and prepare the burner for other stuff up here. With that's the repair tool. We don't want to burn that, not necessarily. Even though Nate insists on we should burn the repair tool, I'm not sure about it. Dude, don't throw it away. Put it on the hook. There, perfect. Just like running a real boat, where with a real boat at least you have crew. See if I can go back up and use wind power to propel us forward while we marvel at these wonderful underwater graphics here. It looks like there's no wind. It also looks like I need to desperately repair. Oh, there is wind. I just need to repair whatever's at the happening or not happening at the top there. All these little doors and everything, that's just so cool. There, let's go repair that. Perfect. Go sailing. I much prefer that. You never know how scarce the resources are in this game. I have a feeling, though, this is one of those games that will hopefully give you resources no matter. If you've run out, I have a feeling the game would just spawn new ones. Just a hunch. I'm not sure if that's how it works. Let's put the repair tool here. It's going to be good here. See what else we can see. Oh, ice. Oh, that's not good. Would we be better off underneath the water, you think? A few days in the Navy, okay. I see. Good morning, Mr. Chris. How you doing, sir? What's it like in New York today? We have terrible, well, I say terrible weather for Miami conditions. It's extremely cold today. I think it was 57 Fahrenheit, which is a chilly 16 degrees centigrade. That's cold for us for this time of year. And once again, it just happened without any notice. Yesterday it was okay to walk around in the t-shirt and shorts. Today, oh, can't do that anymore. It always takes me by surprise when that happens. At least in Europe, I saw bad weather coming, you know. It was kind of getting gradually colder, and in Miami that's just not the case. It just goes from here to there. Oh, I have a contact on the radar? It's probably past now. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, my radar is no longer showing the contact. Dang. It's because, you know, I really got to be at the top. I need a radar at the top here, rather than at the bottom. Radar is no good to me below deck, if I'm not below deck. 27 Fahrenheit. 36, just for our European friends, is when water freezes. 27 is therefore minus degrees centigrade. Minus something like -5, I think. That is cold, man. Ugh. Snow today, oh wow. My God! I keep forgetting it is March, so it does happen in March. But hey, now that we have a new time, it'll all get better soon, right? It's all because of that. Ah, so what is it? Colder weather aggravates migraines or hotter weather? Interesting. Very interesting observation, that. Gotta watch Jay's channel and then the migraines will go away. Hot chocolate weather, that is it. Oh, change, just an, oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Just change in general. That is interesting. And as we listen to Christopher Cross singing. I'd love to see that in music licensing, that we can so currently I'm subscribed with a company called Epidemic, which they have a very large selection of songs that I can use for my videos. I can also use it for clients, so I can clear videos on behalf of clients. That is also cool with the commercial license that I have. But I would love it. So there's several of these services around. Epidemic is one, Pretzel is another. There's several others that let you do this. I would love it if music publishers would make that sort of thing available for older songs as well. So for stuff that would usually get you copyright flagged. I wish there was a way that we could buy a commercial license and easily say, hey, let me use Christopher Cross's sailing in this video, and I'll pay you whatever you want, but just make a system available that lets us do that. That'd be really good. Because then, even if it's expensive, we can let the client decide if they want that or not. Currently, we just don't have such a system. I use Christopher Cross, I get a copyright strike, that's the end of monetization for me on that particular video. But it would be much nicer if they could just see sense and say, if anyone's gonna listen to music like that, it'll be through things that is community created. So by opening up such a possibility, you will make money. Right now, you're just causing trouble. Yes, I wish they would do something like that. Usually, it takes the music industry like 10 years longer to put something like that in place than it does everyone else. It's a major. My God, is that deep or what? Usually not. No. Oh, well, it gets so dark here. I think I might go back up. That's a little bit crazy. I think this just proves we can't dive and go past it here. I don't think we can do that. Yeah, so you can probably hum it. There's even, I think if you do a live performance with a cover song, you need to have a license. But there's currently no algorithm in place that will let them detect if you do a cover version of a song, which is nice. This is a magic contraption. We can't get in. We can't get in underneath. And there's no door here, was there? Only the fish know. Is this one of those things that we just need to knock over with warp power, you think? The Neville is here. How's it going, Neville? Good to see you, sir. I was just saying earlier, Neville, we here in the United States and Canada have had the time change already into summertime. When is that happening for you guys in Australia? Because the weird thing in in the northern hemisphere is that we have summertime for 7 months of the year and wintertime for 5. So that kind of tells me that if it's the same in the southern hemisphere, there'd be 2 months in which you and I would be on different time zones until you guys change, if you do that the same way. Kind of interesting to think about it. I was always under the impression that we do 6 months summertime, 6 months wintertime, but that's not the case. We have 7 months of summertime and 5 months of wintertime. Totally arbitrary. While we're here, is there anything on the radar? On the sonar, rather? Is there? No. No. Okay. That's got me stumped. But we're always windbound. If I get completely stuck, we always have windbound. Well, ideally what we need is a machine that lets us fly over this. Interesting. I don't see anything where I can hook something on. Maybe I have to go all the way down into the black bit, but maybe that makes me die. Start of last month. Oh, so you're already in winter time then? Is that right? My goodness. Oh, so you just finished it. So you finished summertime. You're now back in winter time. Is that right? Crazy. Yes, Brian, this is exactly how they do it. So you've worked like a week on a video. You put a 10-second or 11-second song in there. I think you can usually get away with like 5 seconds or so. But if it's longer than that, the whole video is demonetized and they claim 100% of the income from that video. It's a flawed system right now. I think the way really out of it is to either do that, but also let us sometimes. So even people like the BBC, if they have proper clearance for something, like when you make a program for television, you can apply for a license to use a particular song in the piece. For movies, it's the same thing. But for YouTube creators, we currently don't have any of that in place. We can't even talk to people like BMG and people like that, and Sony. There's no way we could ever get in touch with them. TV companies, film productions, they have special ways, I guess, but for us riffraff, there's just no way to do this. So I wish they would open portals up that they can say, hey, buy a single song license for one particular video. Might even say, okay, costs you $50, costs you $100. I don't really care, but put a system in place that lets us do this so that we can legitimately use such music, and then also reward the people who hold the rights and just make it legal and above board. Because that's always happened, that music licensing companies were paid like that quite legally. It's part of the way they make money, it's part of the way artists make money. And we just don't have that in place. And it's been going on for such a long time that I'm thinking now, the inevitable thing that's going to happen is that no one's going to use that type of music anymore. Everyone's going to go with royalty-free or otherwise licensed music. And it'll take a few years, but there's eventually a point where it's just no longer allowed to play Steely Dan music anywhere because everything is illegal and everyone wants to just avoid such kind of, monetary trouble. And I'm thinking that's a shame. Just keep that music alive and sustain your future by putting systems in place that go with the times. Just my opinion, of course. Yeah, I have a feeling if I keep diving, I probably just die. Only because it's not just getting darker here. I think there's a kind of a fade effect going on here. But let me see what happens. And what's the worst thing that can happen? Us dying? Maybe we just need to keep diving here. I'm still diving, I'm still alive. Don't think I've reached the ocean floor yet. There's really nothing here, is there? This would be kind of funny if they were hiding something in here. I'm going back up in case you can't see that. There we go. First of June, beginning of winter, Neville. Okay. It is so crazy, isn't it? It's getting out of hand. What is also getting out of hand is if a song that was okay to use 3 years ago all of a sudden gets flagged as a copyright issue. I had that happen as well, that things that were perfectly fine when I used them, some music licensing rights holder has changed and they now have changed their mind and it's no longer okay to use this. I had this with the title music of my J Plays title sequence. I used to use the Halo music and from the first Halo game, and that was game music, so it was okay to use it. And now the rights licensing has changed, and all of a sudden it's every video that has contained that song has been flagged with the copyright strike. And I was thinking, that's weird, kind of changing the rules there as well. AI is constantly listening. Yes, that's right. Oh, really? No way. STEM player? No, I've never heard of that. How interesting. Cool, C3PO. I like it. I like it. Right, Nick? Yes, absolutely. I think so. I think maybe they stopped. I think I had like 10 or 12 copyright claims, and then I'm just no longer looking. I mean, you know, I do my best to use music legally in videos that I produce. But if it's crazy, another crazy thing that happened once was in my Stardew Valley videos. There's like Stardew music all the time, but because you're allowed to monetize Stardew Valley music, people have used that music and made remixes of it, and then they registered those as original music. But because they contain samples of the original Stardew Valley music, which I'm allowed to use, their thing now flags a copyright on one of my videos. So I listened to it and I'm thinking, what's this music that I'm allegedly using that I've never heard of? So I'm listening to that track and I'm thinking, this is essentially a remixed version of the Stardew Valley song that flags up a copyright issue in my video. So that's the reason why you need to go and file disputes when that happens. And it was cleared as well. So I don't know how this got through, but mistakes happen all the time. Crazy stuff. STEM player. I gotta look into that. That is interesting. I've never heard of that. It's a clever way to get around that, I guess. But it's weird. That is not cool. If you lose 4 years worth of revenue, that is not cool. My friends, what are we gonna do about this puzzle? I'm stumped. I have no idea what to do. So it looks like there's no way for us to get underneath this thing. There's no way for us to get inside this thing. The only thing that I haven't tried is this super speed warp power that we just ram this with as much power as we can possibly muster. But this looks like a very strong structure. I can't imagine us knocking this over. But then it is a computer game, so maybe that's the only thing we haven't tried yet. That's the only thing that we haven't tried yet. I just saw in case this gets too hot. I just want to prepare this here. Okay, let's try that. So that's this other thing here. We need to watch that blue bar that goes up and then to the right. I just need to make sure that just keeps happening. And eventually, that'll make that blue button at the top available at the very front. It'll just kind of pop out, I'm thinking. Bizarrely, the boiler doesn't get any hotter than this. But that's a problem. Do I need more stuff in the boiler, maybe? Yes, that was the problem. That's going to be extra hot here. I don't know if this is going to work, but that's the only other thing that we can try out that we haven't tried before. Watch that thermometer get higher and higher. Yeah, we must make sure that that doesn't happen. No. Let go, jump, grab, and just make sure this doesn't explode here. Stop touching levers, dude. And I think we're there. We can go and jump. And then go press this button in. Maybe that'll do this. It doesn't work, does it? It totally doesn't work. Okay, here we tried. We tried. That was not the solution. Well, then I don't know. Then I don't know. Could it be the end of the game? There's no way above it, around it, underneath it. There's no lever. There's just black abyss down there. There's nowhere where we can attach something like a hook. There's just the abyss. A wave motion gun. Now that would be good. I love it. I mean, I can't. Maybe it is one of those games where they say, yeah, we need the player to dive literally 25 minutes in the dark. That would make sure 99.9% of players will give up at this point. But you know, the 0.01% who just keep pushing their joystick down, maybe. Maybe there's going to be an underwater. Maybe there's going to be something at the bottom of the ocean. People have done that in Subnautica, that they build structures at the very bottom of the ocean, like 10,000 meters deep or something. Must be the end of the game. Do you, if a game is designed that way, Nate, you know, that's the only assumption I can make. That's also a great way to end a game, that you leave everyone in suspense. I always had this idea we should make a game in which you promise there's like 12 levels to explore, but you make the first level impossible to get out of. And then everyone would assume, well, there's got to be 11 more levels, and the programmers go, no, we've never made them. That's also clever. Well, that's a shame. Do any of you have any ideas what to do here? Because I just don't see it. Could be that I'm too tired, but this is just nothing obvious here. So maybe this is the end of the game. Unless we can fly over this thing, unless we can literally lift off, fly over and touch down again. I don't see how to overcome this. I mean, we could also dive down and ram this thing at the bottom. That is a possible idea. Sadness, ah. Yes, hum that, Yoshi. Maybe that's gonna help. Yeah, is there a way? If we can't ram it at the top, is there anything that looks relatively non-sturdy here? Like anything, and all of this looks very sturdy. I was just thinking if there's any place. I mean, it all looks pretty much the same. I'm just thinking if we can, should we ram it below the sea level at a different point? That is a possibility that we can try, but nothing looks particularly breakable here, or more breakable than other places. I'm thinking. Is there? It's a shame we're never going to experience it. Grab the lighter. I don't know what that is. I don't know where that, what the lighter is. I don't think I have it. Is there anything the other way? Could be that there's something that I've missed on the way here. I mean, I was on the surface most of the time. Is there anything I've missed? I mean, the sonar doesn't give anything away. Maybe there's something somewhere on the ocean floor, some other lever that I need to push. It wasn't like that in the previous game, so you can't go back in the previous game. I think maybe it might be different in this game. Usually there was a kind of a zone that would not let you go any further than so far away from the ship in either direction. I think that may have changed in this game. The tubes on the side. Oh, I see. So they do it just by making it dark. Gotcha. So they still have that mechanic here that I can't go further this way. Check the tubes on the side. I don't even know what you mean, I'm afraid. Could be cake on the ocean floor. The cake, it being a lie, of course, in this game as well. See if I can actually find my way back to the boat first. Yes, I'm limited to this viewing angle. It's essentially a side scroller, but it's made in 3D. So these are all 3D assets, but we can only ever see the side view. Every once in a while, we get to see like the camera moving a little bit to the side. The tubes on the side. I didn't see anything about the tubes. I don't actually see any tubes. To be honest, I don't see tubes. Do you see tubes? I don't see tubes. These things here, the metal bits here, that could be tubes. Maybe we need to ram a boat into these things here. They look a little bit like the nozzle on the front of our boat. Maybe I just need to ram into these, on any of these. Maybe that'll make a difference. Strange glow. I don't see a strange glow. I'm so sorry. I don't see it. I have no idea what glow you mean. No, I don't see any strange glow. Like on these things you mean here? This here? These knobs here? I think they're kind of all blocked. They have these like these gratings in the front there. Do you think that's a way in? Into this structure? That would be cool. Yeah, that's also blocked. Could we go into here now? Maybe into here? Nah, I think when it gets dark, I think they don't want us to go here. I think this is pretty much, this is a bit like going too far away from the boat. But I'll try that. I'll try to go into these things. They look pretty close to me. Not here. Not here either. Nah, no here. Up and around, that also doesn't work because we can go up the structure here. Well, at least we could a minute ago here. Let me go and jump up on that. I could do that, but the structure itself wouldn't let me. Whoops. The structure itself wouldn't let me go further up than the ramp. So like, hiya, I can go up to here, but that's it. I can't go up any further. Yeah, me too. Completely lost. We can breathe underwater, yes. So it for some reason we don't have to worry about oxygen. We can also stay underwater for as long as. That's also nice. Yeah, but that's it. I don't see. I'm sure there is a way, but it appears to be one of those design issues where it was completely obvious to the developers what should happen next. What happens if we hoist the sail? Just for laugh, let's do that. Let's see if we can do anything here. So we tried the warp power, that didn't work. We haven't tried going underwater and ramming it underwater. We could try that, but I don't see anything. I don't see anything that would help us there. I thought maybe we can go up on the mast and then jump down so that we can get to kind of on a different position on this structure, but not so either. Popeye, top of the evening, how's it going? Good to see you. You see us at a completely stuck part of the game. Neither of us have any clue how to proceed now. Which is a shame. Hey Camilla, how's it going? Camilla, you can help us out. I'm sure you can help us out. We've come to this part of the game and none of us have any clue of how to proceed here. It's a puzzle, all right. So here's the problem. Let me just run it by you. So we can't go on here. There's no way that we can go up any further. We can go up to here, but that's really it. There's no way we can go anywhere inside here. So then the next thing I thought was we can go and dive down and see if there's any way to get in here from underneath, but it looks like there isn't a way in here. Can we go into here? Is that possible? No, that is also not possible. So then we thought, oh, maybe there's a lever or something. We can try go inside here, but that isn't working. There's, usually if there's anything leverable, hoistable, whatever, there's a blue thing somewhere. We don't see that. This thing here appears to go down, just like, down, man, like seriously down, so far down that eventually the screen turns black. That's how far down it goes. Like, let me show you. So there's really no way past it. If we were to dive, there's no way past this. right? And we can literally dive down until it goes literally black. So there's no way past this, which is bizarre. So then we thought maybe we can use that overpowered warp power thing that we've been given as an upgrade to maybe ram this thing out of the way, and that also doesn't work. Then I looked around the whole area there a bit, maybe to find something like a lever close to the floor somewhere, but that was also not the case. So that makes me think maybe this is the end of the game. Could be. Because I don't see a way out. Any ideas? What would you do, Camilla? Exactly. Up here, that looked like a hatch. That's not actually a hatch. There's nowhere we can go in here. At the top or at the bottom here. These things, I think Matthew had that idea as well. These things here that looked a bit like a hatch, they're not actually hatches. I tell you what, the only thing we haven't done is to dive down and do something underwater with our boat here. I mean, maybe one of these hatches kind of connects to the front of our boat somehow. That's the only thing we haven't tried yet. Dude, the ladder mechanic is literally freaking me out here. Oh! Music! That's usually a good sign. We're greeted with fish. Where does this come from? No, dude, just put it in the middle and let go of it. How's that? There. That is interesting. Oh, because we're seeing it from a different angle. I didn't see this chain here on the side. That is very interesting. I do like the creepy music, I gotta say. And then also this needs to be at the front, yes, indeed. Does this connect somehow? It does not connect, of course. Maybe we'll go and auto-connect to the next thing. Or not. Also very possible. Yeah, I guess not. That would have been nice. See if I can maybe dock it on the next one here, like so, somehow. No. Maybe we just need to go really far deep where it was just black. When I dove down there manually. Maybe all that we need to do is just keep going down. Look, when I said park the boat and don't go forward, that is actually what I meant, dude. Like as in the middle. So it is going further down. No way! There's a whole thing down here. That's crazy! Totally didn't see that one coming. And then the ship implodes, clearly because we're now too far down the ocean. I think I need to go up a little bit. Like here. And then middle, let go of the lever. And also go forward again. Like so, maybe. Oh, there's so much good trash at the bottom of the ocean floor here. I totally need to pick that up. While most of my trash just keeps burning. Who's going back? Why are you going back, dude? That's just totally not cool. Interesting. Thankfully, we don't need to worry about oxygen, Popeye. I don't really know why. It wasn't really explained, but we can stay underwater for as long as we want. We also don't really get crushed by the terrifying depth of the ocean floor. That's all kind of taken care of for some reason. It's kind of nice that we don't have to worry about this. And we have this little propeller kind of collar that gets us forward in a short boost here. Interestingly. And none of that really was explained at the beginning of the game. We just go and we find ourselves with this equipment enabled at one point. Come on, let's see what else this underwater madness has to offer. Going forward, of course. How exciting! That was really not obvious that we just had to dive. More U-boat propaganda down here. Oh, with stairs and everything. What happened here, I wonder? I'm glad that some of the lights automatically come on here. That is nice. And massive door. The end. Yes, gotcha. That is good. Oh, there's more stuff on the ocean floor here. I think I might go and pick that up. Oh yes. I think I might bring the boat down here. Just go a little deeper. I think I'm now so deep, can I still get out of here? Oh yeah, just about. That can go on here, and then one more thing. That is very nice about the resources, that they're definitely there when you need them. So we do have a little bit of spare junk that we can burn here. Can we swim through that? Just look ahead slightly. We cannot. Okay, good. No worries. Anything going further back, maybe? Yeah, no, this is where we came from, wasn't it? Yeah, I think this is where we came from. Looks like a giant subway station or something, doesn't it? Yeah, it is and it isn't. You know, you'd be surprised. It's actually sometimes easier to design things in 3D and then just use them in 2D. Like the Simpsons and Futurama, those types of cartoons, in the later years, they have adopted at least a partial 3D workflow. And so they have people in 3D, but they would only ever show a cel-shaded 2D version of them, just because it's easier for them to manipulate them. Interestingly, so it's often actually simpler to just design a 3D thing and then use a 3D engine to make these things work. What should we do? Just go up? Maybe just up is the way to go. Maybe we can get away with not putting stuff in the burner. Yeah, up. Yeah, exactly. Let's try that. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 I think is going to have some interesting posing tools that we don't have in Unreal Engine 4. That's one of those things that's a little bit problematic in Unreal Engine 4 is posing characters, and I think them going all out with the meta-human bits and pieces, they realized it's all fair enough that you have a human type character, but currently nobody can pose characters in Unreal Engine at all due to lack of tools. Are we going back here? We certainly are. Do we need to go forward again? Maybe. So down a little bit. Come on, buddy, we can do this. Like an elevator, yes, exactly. Yes, it'll be interesting to see where the meta-humans are going. It's an interesting system as well. Also 100% locked down into their kind of cloud system. Very clever to go and let you make these characters. Whoops, that's the wrong way, isn't it? To go up a little. You make all these characters kind of in the cloud, and once you're done designing them, then you take them out. It's clever. Can we do it? Of course we can. Is this something where we should be going into here? This kind of opens itself up there as we go over it. I'd love to investigate that. This is broken here? Why is this broken? Oh, I see. You just push that in. Gotcha. Let me have a quick nosy here. Oh, this needs to be lined up with that. Gotcha, gotcha. Otherwise, why would it be flashing yellow? Hey? Dude, just jump out here, please. Well, that's super easy to maneuver to, of course. Not. So we need to go up a tiny amount and then just get this almost too much already. Oh yeah, that was of course too far. Yeah, let's go forward a little bit further. And then just stop right over here. That's a little bit too far. Just a little bit back. No, a little bit further, a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit... Man! Like this? Is this what we're supposed to do? Yes! Upgrade time, you think? Ghetto code animations! How you doing today? Could be upgrade time. Ah. What is all this? Undeterred, we just go into some tube deep underwater, fearless as we are. Is this trash here? Oh, we can't pick it up. Dang. Lots of things with hooks on it. Let's start with this one here, shall we? And then we go where with this? Into this here, you think? Like so? Maybe. Yes. Potentially. Ah. Oh, right. Dead cell, replace it with a good cell. Ah. How can you tell what are bad cells and what are good cells? Because I can't tell. We assume this is a good cell. This here. Let's just hope it is. And then what does this thing do? Kind of here. That's it? Let's hope. Well, let's see if that's changed anything on this top machine there that had the two orange bubbles glowing there. That does make sense. That looks in slightly better shape than the other one. Well spotted, Matthew. Well spotted indeed. See if I can find my way back through the scary tube here. Oh, it's closed now! Dang! I'm gonna go back. Ugh. Do you think there's another way out? Or will I have to go and die a horrible death down here? Now that I've exchanged the cell. Every few years another diver needs to die. That is weird. Didn't I swim through here? Yeah, definitely came through this tube. Oh, what a shame! It's so big, isn't it? Yes, absolutely. I want music. I like it. How can you make a figure walk using poses inside Dash Studio? You wouldn't do that. You would use AniBlocks for that. There's several walk AniBlocks that you can buy on the Dash store, or you can try to use Mixamo AniBlocks, also Mixamo animation snippets, and then bring them into Dash Studio. You can try that as well. Turn the cell. Do they have, let's see, like the new cell? Can we turn the cell? There, I mean, you can probably build walk cycles with things like Pose Architect. You'd need like 4 or 5 different poses at different keyframes. Oh, there's a button here. This is what we need to press, isn't it? Ka-clonk. Oh, there we go. We weren't quite finished with the inserting the new cell thing. Phew. We want more music. We have energized stuff. Good point. That was actually the bat cell that I was investigating there. Very good point. As the thing opened up again. No! Dang, brother, that's cold. How am I going to get out of here? And then, of course, there's the flashing thing. But we can't really do anything with it, can we? Can we? Is that actionable? No! Dang! Do we need to do anything else? Put another cell in, maybe? Where it all gets a little bit abstract here. Oh, trash. All right. I'm going to come back here many more times, pick up that trash. If I can put it back into my boat. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Come on, jump up, buddy. You can do it. Put it all up there. Let's liberate the world of trash. Burn it in our burner. And then we'll take care of whatever the flashing thing is. It is so creepy. Come on, buddy. Not quite that much. We could do with a spare repair tool, you know, while I'm thinking about it. Not that we have... I mean, our current repair tool has a few more goals, I'm thinking, but I can see it being... I can see it being used up at one point. It only has 2 or 3 more goals in it. Was there anything else to be picked up? No. Oh, actually, sorry. So, now what? How to animate a character poses forward using a null. I'm not sure what you're asking. If you have the walking, so sometimes walk cycles have forward motion in them. If that isn't the case, you have a standing walk cycle and you put the character into a null and then you just put a keyframe here, move the null forward, could put a keyframe there, then the character moves. I'm not sure what you're asking, to be honest. Where to next? Or maybe we'll just follow the flashy lights here. Oh yes, this is... Did we go in here already, or not? I see there's another piece of trash here. I'd love to pick that up. Oh yeah, we've already gone into here, and oh. Now we're back here. Was that something else to pick up? Did I just see something here? No. I'm making it up. I'm making it up. Anything obvious striking you that we should be doing here? Because I'm at a loss again. That happens quite a lot in this game these days. Maybe we just leave. Maybe that was all we needed to do. Maybe we just go and leave. Maybe what we needed to do has been done. And we can now go back upstairs. Maybe is that what we do? Right, that's what I'm thinking as well, Camilla. I think that as well. Let's try that. Let's go upstairs. Actually, there was one piece of trash I'd like to pick up. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but it was literally outside the outside this little. Yeah, this here. Exactly. Haha. I just thought I'd pick that up because trash is difficult to come by in this game. Hello? Dude? Are you going inside the ship? I can't tell. Look, go up here. It would be helpful to see. There we go. He's back, everyone. Yeah, see, this is all... Some of these things are damaged here. Let me go and repair this. If there's sparks flying, it's usually not a good idea. Oh, actually, we just need to go up, don't we? Up. It's not on how we go, how we don't go up. This is down, this is up. Hose is still connected. Looks like we can't go up anymore. What a shame. Oh, you're watching on your phone, okay. Yeah, as I said, put it into a null and then animate the null. So literally see it as two different things. If you imagine a cube on frame 0 and then put the slider to frame whatever 100 and then move the cube at that point and then move the timeline, you'll see that the cube moves from left to right. Do the same with the null, and then you put whatever you want to forward animate into the null, and then you just animate the null from between, like add forward motion with that. That is that's how you usually do that, especially if you have something where the anti-block itself or the animation that you've downloaded doesn't contain a forward motion. You just add that separately with either with a different object or with a different track. So if we can't go up, can we go forward? Forward or back as we try to go up? These blue lines, don't they usually mean there's some kind of, you know, special superpower necessary to do something? Maybe we need to try and do that again here. Let me go heat up the boiler, see if it works. Could also be a ship upgrade. We don't actually know that, do we? We can do it, we can do it, come on. We haven't used that warp speed thing for a while. Nearly there. Nearly there, come on. That's got it. Good thing we've replaced the cell. Whatever cell that was. Oh, we're lifting the whole thing up. Oh, that's convenient. Cinematic. We're bringing up a whole city back above the water. It is a whole city, look at that! Oh wow! We did that? With our tiny little boat? Get out of here! Wow! Sadly, we're no longer in the water. What are we gonna do next? Risen from the depth is the achievement we've unlocked. That's great! My god! We're gonna need a bigger boat. Wow! What a twist! I didn't see this coming. Oh, big blue button staring at me. This is great! My god! Press it already, see what happens! Oh yeah, I think we're going to move into that luxury tower over there. Everyone's got light, good community. It's huge, Nate. That would be nice if there's other people. That would be a good ending. We find other people. Oh, there we go. It's daylight now. Even better. We had a good night's sleep. Still, we're surrounded by all the ice and stuff. That is... Could be under the sea, like in Ariel. Compartmentalized, exactly. I'm glad I could help the civilization. We should check out some of the neighbors, though. I'd love to meet some of the people. Unless maybe they've moved out already. See if there's anything else that we can press. I mean, that was just one blue button. I wonder if there's another button that we can press. Currently, small issue. I can't actually go back on my boat from here. Maybe I have to go jump on it from a high height here. That could be. Not the end then. Part 2 is coming. This would have been a good part 1 so far. Don't press that button again. We're kind of happy that things are the way they are. I always find it really dramatic when he has to drop down such distances. Poor little guy. Well, what happens on the other side? Dude, go down. Well, they've made us a little ladder here so we can go into our ship from here. That's neat. And that's it. That's it? Can't be it. Let's go downstairs, see what happens here. We can't? Okay, gotcha. We can't go down. We can't go right. And we're done with whatever we've done on the left. Yes. Now what? There's really nothing else, really? We definitely can't go down here. Going up there, pressing that button again isn't going to work. There's nothing we can do to go on the right. We're not in water, so we're not floating anywhere. Unless we've been given the flying upgrade that we may have missed. The helicopter update. That's not going to work either. So then, shall we try to raise the sail? Maybe this whole city is gonna fly, gonna burn the repair tool. It's the only thing we haven't tried yet. Yes, do that, Nate. Let's do that. I wonder if this whole city is gonna sail with us. I mean, that would be ridiculous, but it is. It's one of those things that might well be possible. Whoops. We move? How and where to? Whoops. It's like she's gliding in the ocean now. Brace yourself for impact. There we go. Nice. Achievement unlocked. What now? Well, I've been asking myself that for the last hour or so. Wee-hee! How exciting! Oops. Maybe the other way? Yes! It's a shame we didn't get to explore the neighborhood. I would have loved to be able to walk inside these cities and see what it's like on the inside. What now indeed? Good achievement to have had. Do you know, in a way this reminds me a little bit of Raft, where they had the story in Raft was that civilization is gone, water levels were rising, and people had to build things that were either floating mega cities, but everything is kind of, I don't know, broken. We try to find the last survivors, and so far, I mean, it's an early access game, so it's not quite, we haven't gotten to the end of it yet, but so far we haven't found anyone other than some critters and robots that patrol things. And it reminds me a little bit of this. So there's evidence of a former civilization, but we haven't found much of the civilization yet. It's way more stylized Raft. If you haven't played it, it's a really nice game. It's kind of a crafting survival game with a bit of a puzzle edge. I can't wait to see the next installment of that. And you just keep asking yourself all these questions as the story unfolds. Like, what happened? How did it happen? Why are we still around? Absolutely, C-3PO. I totally agree. I totally agree. Especially, so what gets me every time is these, if we see the water from underneath the surface, it looks so beautiful. And the way they just animate the water in real time is just so cool. That is just so cool. Yes, absolutely, I agree. The seagulls, they are totally my favorites. They're totally my favorites. On my Twitter, I've retweeted the animator who made these things when she was done with an early version of it for the previous game, I think. Very cool. Oh, careful with the sail there. Yes, there were birds before. We've seen them before. I think they were even in the first game. Little seagulls. They were, for me, they're like literally the star of the show. They're like cats. Oh no, not another buoy! Dang! Oh, we can just go keep sailing. I forgot about the buoys. We just push them out of the way. Because we're like so powerful. Just need to wait until we're past, and then we'll fiddle more with the sail somehow. Unless that's broken now. Oh no, I need to go and push that button in here, don't I? Like, hi-ya, like so. Perfect. Cool, and all with wind power. Right, okay, so 2 more hours, that's 2 o'clock my time. I'll see what I can do. Have a lovely Sunday, Camilla. I might not be here in 2 hours. But at this rate, it's just a kind of a nice thing to just keep going in the background. I totally agree. Have fun at the shops. And I hope your fella is totally recovered by now. I'm getting my booster shot on Tuesday. Julie and I were both getting them. Let's just hope we don't have any side effects. It's so different. I didn't have any side effects on the first or the second shot, but Julia was kind of suffering on the, I think on the, I don't remember, but I think one shot went well and the second shot she had issues with. Or the other way around, I can't remember. So let's just hope everything's okay with us. Anything below deck that we should know about? Anything on the radar, on the sonar? Interestingly, there's fog even on the inside of my ship. Not sure how that works, but it would be difficult to undo the fog inside the ship. I understand. It's fine. Maybe we need to go and... Thankfully, we haven't burned the repair tool, Nate. So I'm going to use it now to repair this, which I'm not exactly sure how it broke, but it seems to be, you know, broken. So good not to burn the repair tool. Bye, Camilla. See you soon. Oh, ice! Dang. Then we might not be able to push that out of the way. We may have to go diving now. As Camilla dives into the shops, we might have to go and dive on the... Oh, do we? No, we can push it out of the way. It's cool. We just will it out of the way. Just with, you know, with our minds. Yeah, maybe that large bit of ice there. This looks a bit like Subnautica below zero now, doesn't it? Maybe that... Maybe let's go diving. I'm thinking diving it is. There's fog inside the boat. How is that possible? And rather than us going... Let's connect that to that. Oh yeah, there's also trash on the ocean floor. It'd be rude not to investigate that. Ah, fog's gone. I like it. That's all dangling there. That's nice. Just keeping an eye on where we can push through here. Thankfully, this going up or down, that doesn't cost us any energy, so I'm happy to just go all the way down to the ocean floor, so I don't have to dive all that much. Oh, really? Oh, Neville, that's terrible. And thank you, C3PO. I appreciate that. I hope that too. Neville, that's terrible. 3 family members. That is a lot. Camilla's boyfriend had it. And he was vaccinated, so it's one of those things. Were your family members vaccinated? I hear if you do get it while you're vaccinated, it's actually less severe than it would be if you hadn't been vaccinated. Eventually, I mean, it sounds dramatic, but eventually I have a feeling we're all gonna get it. Because it's just one of those things, unless the virus goes away, we're all gonna just get it at one point, much like the flu or some other bug. Doesn't mean we should rush out to voluntarily get it, of course. But over time, it is likely that unless they find a way to just wipe it off the earth, it's just gonna get us all, isn't it? I'm not wanting to be negative or anything, but I want to be Luris. How you doing? You got some side effects on your third shot? Okay. Only for 1 day. Yes, I think Julia was flat out for about a day. Second day was better, but she was suffering for a couple of days with that. Yeah, I hope it's all gonna go well. Fingers crossed. How are your family members doing, Neville? Are they okay? Are they recovering? Because that is one thing that I have to say is nice about the since we've introduced this vaccine, that more people get it and they actually get over it and they do survive. So I think at first the news stories were all a little negative in regards to people dying from it, and I suppose that is still the case to a certain extent, but now more and more people do survive who get it, and I think that's good news. That's good to hear. I'll go up a little bit and then forward, and then we can see how that fares. They're all okay, that is good to know. Oh my, your mother died a week after her booster. Ah, right. Yoshi, that is bad news. That is why you were on the West Coast, right? Oh, that is sad. I didn't know that was in conjunction with COVID. Oops. Oh, a little bit further up here. Oh, there's another flashy thing. I think we need to dock here. Or we can maybe go a little bit further. Oh, there's another docking opportunity here. Kind of that way. Yes! Another docking opportunity. How interesting. Ah, yes. Oh, you got it in February 2020. That was, yeah, at the very beginning of it all. How interesting. I remember, I think at that time I was still working at the supermarket, and I kind of just about stopped. I think March, was it May, something like that. Around that time, I stopped working in the supermarket for Instacart, and it was, I remember hearing these reports kind of December 19, January 20. Something nasty had happened in and out of China, and we're all like, what? Yes, and then it all started to come down there. My goodness, what turbulent times we've been living in. You had it and you got over it. You got through it, Matthew. That's good to hear. And that was at a time where vaccines were a little bit off still, right? How does it work then? Once you've had it, are you immune? Or are there, like, is it that different strands could still get you? Are you more susceptible, less susceptible? So all these things I have no idea about. That don't do nothing yet. Is this, we are, this is dry where we are right now. I think I can take this and then put that onto here, and then just go and either fill this up or suck it dry. Well, we'll see how it goes. Move that onto here, see if that does the trick. Totally fills up. For 7 months, oh wow. And it's prepared for it for the future. That would be good to hear. That'd be good to know. Did this do what we wanted it to do? Oh, it doesn't quite reach. Maybe there's something else that needs to be filled up here. There's certainly a repair tool up there. I don't think I can get there anymore. Oh, we can pull these things. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. I didn't know. So we fill them up with water, they get heavy, and then we just go push him over here. Do the same with this guy. That is sweet. A sweet little puzzle. Fill them up with water, they get heavy. You move them over there. Nice. Clonk is always a good sign. Ooh, connected. Alright. Oh. Repair tool conveniently fell down here. That's very good. Maybe now, I mean, maybe I don't have to do this, but I'm thinking, not wanting to upset the balance here, I'm going to make this guy suck this guy dry again, and then move it over so that I can go back. Don't know if that's strictly necessary. I just don't want to cause any issues here. I like switching things off once I've used them, or not if it doesn't work. Then I'm also happy to just, you know, just go and leave it where it is. So. That should do the trick. My backup repair tool, which we're not going to burn. Yes, how am I going to get... Oh yeah, this is the thing I needed to repair, I think. The lift thing. Oh yes, good stuff. No, the repair tool. Keep the repair tool, dude. What, the repair tool is now in the corridor? We can't grab it anymore? Dude, seriously, that is uncool. Nope, this was our one chance to get into that tunnel. Okay, fine. Didn't want the repair tool anyway. No! My ship! Boat! Whatever! Locomotive! Dang! No spare repair tool. Stuck in the tunnel. Oh, some black floaty bit here. What's this? Is there anything for us? No. Not really. Creep vine. See, we move that out of the way and then maybe go into that contraption there. It'll buff out, you think? It feels like exploring a long-abandoned space station, doesn't it? It'll buff out. And now we are, oh yeah, going over here. Oh, lever, yes, yes. Not this way, maybe the other way. Like that. Oh, there we go. Interesting technology. Like a space lift, but underwater. Achievement, Northwest Passage. Are we prepared for overland outdoor explorations here? I can't see it myself. Where's our boat? I'm freezing to death here. I don't want to be here. Where's my boat? This is what's left of it, that black floating bit there. Oh, that is the way. That is definitely the way to go. Yep, it's now turned into Subnautica below zero. We have to do some on-foot overground explorations there. Savaged by penguins, yes. Absolutely, I want to be Lurus, exactly. And maybe this is the end of the game. Maybe now we're finding the guy from the first game, just from the other side. Or we find his skeleton, because this might be like 500 years later. Or we don't find him at all, because it's 500 years earlier. Who knows? Oh, he seems to be chipper, though. I thought we were going to go walk really slow, but he seems to be all in good shape here. Very cool. He, she, I can't quite tell. Either way will work fine. Whoops. Hey, okay. Oh, here we go. Ice shawl hopping now. Hiya! Perfect. That's turned into Mario. I like it. I like how over the years so many video games have merged into one another. That we once had a dedicated driving genre. We once had a dedicated platform genre. And these things, they kind of merged together, didn't they? Like many of these things. I think Grand Theft Auto had a lot to do with that. I think that was one of the first games that merged many dedicated games together. Like I remember Crazy Taxi used to be a game, a standalone game, a franchise we'd call it today, and they just amalgamated that as one part of the whole game. Oh, he's still jogging along. It looks a bit like Limbo. Yes, you're right. And Inside, this is what that reminded me of. No graphics, also no graphical user interface, no dialogue, no spoken dialogue. Everything's conveyed in images, which makes localization a lot easier. But it also gives it that fully immersive, very creepy edge. Also the desaturated look, that is also something that reminded me of that. Yeah, Inside was a really good game. Both Inside and Limbo. They're really good. I'm glad we played those on this channel not so long ago. If you ever want to catch older streams, I usually archive them all. I make these unlisted because otherwise they'd kind of clutter up the channel. But if you do ever want to watch them, you can have a look on the playlist section on my gaming channel, on the J Plays channel. This is where I keep them all. Once again, to just declutter the main channel. Ooh, where we're going now? Do you know this is now far away from our boat? Have you noticed we've almost abandoned the area where our boat used to be? Either we're gonna get a new boat, or we're magically gonna find it again. Whoops. Dang, brother, that's cold. Go back upstairs. Can you? No, you can't. Gotcha. I was going to say, let's have a look in that room there. I didn't know I was going to crash into this. I like the way he slides down the ladders. That's very cool. Well, there's certainly a repair tool here. That usually means something needs to be repaired. Because that could do with a major overhaul here. I'm not sure if it's repairable as such. Do you think, just a vote of confidence, do you think we'll ever see a boat again? I mean, that was fairly far behind, and it was, I don't know if it was completely damaged or whatnot. That's it. We'll just grab the repair tool from here and then we go either out of the window. Oh yeah, we could do that. Let's pick this thing up. Up. I don't think we'll see a boat again. I don't think so either, Matthew. Nate reckons yes. I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think that was it with the boat. It almost reminds me of the other game where that also happens. We do eventually lose the boat, and that is pretty close to the end. I'm not sure if that is the end here yet, or if we're coming close to the end. I have no idea. I've read that it's about 10 to 13 hours to play the game. There we go. Let's go take that repair tool with us. Just in case we need to burn stuff. Well, that needs repairing. Good thing I have a repair tool, huh? Whoops. Careful. Boom! That could work. Totally taking that repair tool with me no matter what. Yeah, we keep moving away from where we've lost our boat. I don't think we're going to get it back. Either we're going to get a new boat. That could be interesting. Or a new device. Maybe like a flying machine. A new vessel. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, possibly. In the first game, it looked like the vessel that we had... Whoops. It's a little bit windy like. In the first game, it looked like the vessel was something that we had in our possession. In this game, I'm not so sure. It kind of just looked like we found one in the neighborhood. It's one of those wind games again. Is there anything that we can hold on to? No, we can just go and we can hide here, I suppose. Wait out the wind, and then once it's over, we just go and jump over and hopefully find the next piece of shelter there. Oh, you don't hear anything? No, there is still sound, definitely. 10-year-old iPhone. Do you know mine is about 7 years old, and it's still doing a good job. I've decided to ride it out into the sunset. I'm not keen on buying a new phone for $1,500 or something. It is a phone, for crying out loud. And I know we do a lot with phones, but seriously, $1,500. Thankfully, there are cheaper versions of the iPhone. I'm still waiting out for a larger version of the iPhone SE, which I'm hoping they're gonna do at one point. Julia bought the iPhone SE, the previous generation, not the new one that came out. Oh, come on! I'm also not into the whole Face ID thing. Really not a fan. Happy to do the fingerprint thing. But the whole Face ID thing, totally not a fan. Super happy to have a home button to press. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Come on! No, just 1 minute. Ah! It's kind of difficult to see when we're supposed to start jumping here. Maybe this is it. Oh, come on. Oh no, that's not good. Ha, there we go. Perfect. Guess we're gonna wait it out here. Could you get a warranty deal to get it replaced? I have a little bit of a technical dilemma myself. I have bought a new Amazon Kindle recently that was just before Valentine's Day. And my old one was still working, but it didn't have a backlight, so I thought, new Kindle, new Kindle is going to be a good idea. Signature edition Kindle Paperwhite thing. It's all good stuff. $200. And literally 2 days later, there was a Valentine's special on, in which they had the same Kindle for $150. And I thought, let's go $148. So I thought, great, I'll go chat with Amazon and say, hey, I've just bought the item, hasn't even been shipped yet, it's not with me, but now I see the item is available for $50 less. Can I have a partial refund, please? And they said no. And I said, but that's terrible, because I could just go and order a new item, save $50 and send you the other one back if and when it arrives. And that would still get me the refund, but you guys would have the overhead of having a used Kindle that you now have to go and slot into your B-stack pile, and it's not good for the environment. There'll be more shipping cost. So you could avoid all that by just giving me the refund now. And they said, nah. I said, can I speak to a supervisor, please? And, sure, but the supervisor's going to tell you the same thing. And I was thinking, that's a terrible policy. Do you not understand that you're making the world a worse place here? So today is the last day I can return that. And because I did do that, I ordered the cheaper, same version. So now I have two. And today is kind of the last day that I can return it. And I'm thinking, well, so this is a dilemma, because on one hand, I could just put it all on Amazon and say, well, it's your shitty policy that makes me do this. And that's how I save money, because, you putting things on sale, you're not accommodating your customers, which you were at one point. You were once a very good company, and you've changed into becoming a really terrible company now. So I was thinking I could do that. But then another part of me is thinking, bastards, yes. Another part of me is thinking, well, by doing this, aren't I making the world a worse place? Because, you win some, you lose some. So had I waited, I could have gotten the deal to begin with. But by sending this back now, am I not part of the problem? By returning items, aren't Amazon then turning into an even shitter company? Do you see where I'm coming from? That basically it's on me to make the whole, making the world a better place, or making it a worse place not happen. Do you know what I mean? So I'm torn there. I'm torn. So I still think I'm gonna do it, because I just think that is just such a really bad policy by Amazon to not accommodate that in the first place. And it's not in their best interest to do that. It would be in their interest to keep customers happy. I'm torn. Not on me, you say? It is a dilemma. Yes, it's an interesting story, and I thought, yeah, because I keep ordering things from Amazon, and they're no longer as good quality as they once were. Like, I've ordered a replacement microphone for this microphone to have a backup, and I've ordered it as a new product. Turns out it was actually a used product, so I sent that back as well. And it was just, I don't know, Amazon have really changed their policies. They used to be top class at one point, and they no longer are. So hence, you say I should send it back. It's true, yes, indeed, yes, and it was my first impulse. Like, if you, like on the Dash store, for example, you buy something for full price, 2 days later it goes on sale, you get in touch with customer service and they say, yeah, of course, no problem, here's a partial refund. It's not even a discussion, because the idea is we want to keep our customers happy. And by implementing policies that literally do the opposite, yeah, customers get unhappy, customers start shopping elsewhere. And, that's just Amazon shooting themselves in the foot. So it is also true, Nate, that is also true. They can't improve if nobody says anything. Yeah, so it is true, yes. It's very true, Nate. It might actually cause the opposite. It's a very good point, yes. G3PO says return it. Brian says return it. I like it. I like it. And being a bitch about it also adds to the world anger. That is also true, yes. Yes, shame on them. That's what I was thinking. As a long-standing customer in 2 countries, might I add. Yes. I will go and return it then. Thank you guys for the input. I'm glad we can have this discussion. It's true, because I was kind of torn. No, it's a good idea. Today is the last day where I can do that, and I will do that. I will do that then. And also we have new wheels, which is super exciting. I don't know if we have enough storage here, but hey, these look like sporty wheels. We don't know how this works yet. I don't even know how to get into this thing. We're completely stuck in ice, so that is also a problem. Can we go inside here somehow? Certainly a lever to pull. Maybe we can try that. Oh yeah, hatch. Hatch opens up. Oh yes. Look at that. Is this a skeleton of the previous owner here? My god, it is, isn't it? No way! It is, isn't it? Let's go zoom in. This is the previous owner of the vehicle. He didn't make it. How are we supposed to make it? Thank you, Yoshi. I appreciate that. Do you think the repair kit is gonna make this work? I'm still concerned about the previous owner here. Don't think we have the luxury of an underground automatic feeder thing here. I'm gonna hoist all these goodies up onto the what are we gonna call it? The previous vessel we haven't given a name. This one, I feel like this should have a name. Looks like kind of a sports car thing. And that repair tool is definitely coming with us. Exactly, yes. I mean, this guy obviously tried hard. Totally got stuck in the snow, but then he obviously didn't have a skill. I like that we have this steering wheel thing at the top here. It'd be rude not to try this out, huh? Come on! Her! Maybe the burner and the temperature of this thing is going to make the ice melt away? What do you think? End of the world buggy. Yes, that's a good idea. Do we... How do we go into this cockpit thing? I don't think we can. Once again, no manual. Can I close this hatch down? How do I steer this thing? It is certainly melting there. I can see that. Maybe it'll just take a little bit of time to melt this thing. What do you think? If only he had a repair tool to burn. I like it. You think the repair tool is gonna do something here? Maybe we can repair him with the repair tool. Nah, that doesn't work. Anything needs repairing here? I don't see anything obviously broken with this thing. It's just encased in ice, isn't it? No sparks flying. Usually there's sparks flying somewhere. If only he had a repair tool to burn. That is so funny. So I think there's a little piece that has melted. I don't know if I should just go and keep burning these things. I mean, the problem with that approach is that, of course, even though we might be able to melt the whole cave here, we have no fuel left to actually go anywhere. I think that is probably what we have to do at first. To just go keep melting things away. Still not entirely sure how we're going to ever reach the steering wheel there. I see, it's definitely getting bigger. Let me go, and while this is kind of burning itself senseless here, can I go behind this and do stuff like investigations and all that? Yeah, I can. Whee! Was that a bad idea? I can't tell. Well, we can go up here. Maybe we'll find more trash to burn. Maybe we'll find our old vehicle. Maybe we'll find the other 3 people that went with the dead guy. I'll just go ahead and look for supplies. Yeah, we probably don't want to jump off here. That would be an interesting story twist. They tease you with, hey, there's a new vessel that you could be using. And actually, that's not what you're going to be using. This thing is immovable. Don't worry about it. That would be interesting. We just have to keep walking now. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Curious. You know, I think that is exactly how it works. We don't drive this thing anywhere at all. I think we can probably burn the other resources that we have. We can even take the repair kit with us. But I don't think we're going to be driving it anywhere. That thing's just there so that we can melt this little hole that gets us out of the ice. But I don't think we're going to be driving this thing down here. That would explain why I can't reach the driving cabin here. Very clever, that. We're not giving up. We're going to go and put this all in the burner. We're going to try melting the whole cave out. Such a swear word, yes. How dare you be boardist? That's it. I think that was the last resource. The boards, yeah, I wish I could pick them up. I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think I can pick up the boards. This is just stuck in ice. What a beautiful little tease that they tell you, hey, this is probably your way out, and it kind of is and it kind of isn't. That's clever. I'm going to go grab my trusty repair tool to be burnt at a later date. Or not. Whee! Alright. Not quite the last resource. I'm going to rescue the repair kit. I'm going to get a Steam reward for that. I like that he has to carry it in his hands when he walks forward, but when he climbs the ladder, he can go and put it on his back. That's kind of cute, isn't it? Whee! Alright, let's do this thing. Maybe there'll be a third vessel. Always going to walk towards the end of the game. That is also possible. That is beautiful. That is really cool. It just lifts the player's hope up. You go, ah, no problem. We've got more resources. I like it. And more resources. And more resources. If only we had a vehicle, huh? That we can burn these in. Or maybe we'll have this one instead. That looks much more familiar. That almost looks like our old vehicle. When I say almost, it looks exactly like our old vehicle. This is our old vehicle. It even has the old repair tool in here. What a twist! How did that get here? With the exact resources that we left behind last time. How curious! I'm perplexed. How did that get here? I have a good feeling about this being our new/old vehicle. I'm going to take out... Oh, he slides on the ice as well. That's very cute. I'm going to bring all these resources on board, of course. Leaving nothing behind. Yeah, I'm just going to chuck them all under deck. We'll sort them out later. Must be a black hole. Some kind of wormhole. It's the only explanation. Anything below the surface here that we should look at? Or is that a bad idea? Bad idea. Gotcha. No worries. The boat has this other way of disintegrating and then warping itself through space-time. It's a mode that we as users can't actually activate. Come on, buddy, jump up there. Dude, you can do it, come on. I like that when he jumps, he literally lunges forward. That's very good. And now there's snow on our boat and everything. That's crazy. How did this get here? The mermaids towed it, you think? That could be. So many more resources. Come on, buddy. What are your plans for the rest of the Sunday? Brian, are you working on anything 3D? Anything exciting? And anyone else, what are your plans? I'm going to go and have some lunch after this. And I'm going to go and have a look at implementing cache in Jay's farm. I'll see if I can find a way to have us pick vegetables, the seeds and cache. That's what I want to implement. So one thing is, can't you jump up there? Last piece of junk. Yeah, I want to see how I can go and turn cabbages into cache. Aha. And then also how I can maybe craft raw vegetables into things like pumpkin soup, cabbage soup, tomato soup, that sort of thing. I'll see if I can make that work. That is my plan. Oh, you're making space cinematics. That sounds cool, C3PO. Space cinematic music. Ooh, that is nice. Matthew works with anti-blocks. I like it. Probably for Rosie's gym animations. I like it. The soap guy. Okay, yeah, he needs to... That's a bit of cash. That's good to know. Soap guy is being accommodated. That's neat. Yes, I'm making... Well, I'm not making a game as such. I'm just playing around with Unreal Engine and I'm exploring these dynamics of how you manage an inventory in Unreal Engine. For Neville, it's Monday already. Good point. And we all want soup now. An art challenge or two. That sounds good, Nancy. Awesome. I like it. Sleeping, eating, and pooping, Nate. That is good. Well, have fun, everyone, with the projects. I think I'm going to be back with something else on Twitch in the afternoons, usually around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I should say now. Sometime during the week, I'll work it around my other projects that I have going. I'm thinking I'm going to go and pick up that Windbound in survival mode. If you want to join me for that, drop by on Twitch. Other than that, have a wonderful week. I will see you certainly next Saturday on this channel in the morning for more of this. I'm looking forward to how we can rescue our new old ship from the depths of the sea. Have a good one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.